Welcome everybody, where this week we are working on fascia. We're going to be making it out of plexiglass for the Polar Express layout that I have. So first things first, we got to get things cut to size. I bought an 18 by 6 foot and a 24 by 6 foot piece of 1/8 inch black plexiglass. Now this is solid black. It's not translucent by any means, so. Now that we got the pieces cut, the next thing up is we have to start fitting them to the layout, which means cutting 45-degree corners in a miter saw. Always double, triple check your dimensions. Now we also need to route out the edges to match the contour of the land. Now my edges are a 1/4 inch above the actual layout of the land itself. So the plexiglass will sit a 1/4 inch taller all the way around. It is to note, go very slow when cutting this, because I actually did chip a piece and I had to replace an entire section. Finally getting down to my last piece, getting it cut to size. This is the piece that had to be reworked because I chipped the first one. All right, now we're going to countersink into the board. And I'm just using 1 1/4 inch drywall screws to hold this on, making sure that the screw heads are beneath the fascia. With that set, we're going to hit the rest of these and make sure the rest of them get done properly. doing the same process to all 4 sides. All right, now we need to cut out for where the control panel section is at. So I'm putting some marks down so I can take that sheet off and make the rest of the layout on the tables. And I'll use framing squares and a T-square to draw my lines out. Double checking my measurements. And finally, time to jigsaw out. Once you get everything jigsawed out, I'm going to take a sander with 100 grit sandpaper on all of the edges on all 4 side pieces. Making sure that I get everything sanded nice and smooth, take all the burrs off, take all the sharp edges off. And finally, time to put some silicone down. Making sure that my silicone bead stays about 1 inch away from the top edge and the bottom edge so I don't get a whole lot of extra squeeze out through it. On areas that are large enough, like this down area on the far right that you can see, which is actually behind my body right now, on those, I tend to try to actually make little circle patterns with the plexiglass, so that, or not the plexiglass, with the silicone, so that way when you put the plexiglass on, it actually kind of suctions it to the material. So just an idea to try out. And I also put some on the edges where the plexiglass meets the next section of plexiglass. So that way the corners seal as well. All right, now that that's done, we can screw it on. Okay, with that taken care of, I'm going to finish this last screw and then do the other 3 sides and get them siliconed into place. Now that everything's been siliconed into place as far as the main pieces, I go back through the very top edge where it meets the plexiglass and I put a thin little bead of silicone around it to finish sealing it down. So that way when you put your grass, snow, or any of your other material down, it doesn't fall through the cracks. And it also helps make your front fascia extra rigid on this. Last little bit here to finish up on this top edge portion. All right, so this completes the siliconing and attaching of my fascia to my layout. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now got our first initial test run of the Polar Express HO layout. Kind of made it a little dim light. I think it looks great. I do have my firefighter train going around the outside loop, Polar Express on the inside. This is the black plexiglass fascia, all done up. But I think it looks really amazing right now. I'll do a 360 on this, and then we'll turn the lights on and kind of give a better, closer up view on some things. I don't really have the tree decorated or anything, but I just wanted to set it in there to show that the power works on the inside of it. I think it looks amazing. I'm very happy with it. Alright, so let's turn up my lights. Turn on my other lights. There we go. Now we got some brightness. Okay, so you can see the black plexiglass on the outside edge. This is only 1/8 inch thick plexiglass. Held up real nice. I finished all of the ballast around the edge. If you've watched my last couple, I held off on this outer section that meets the plexiglass right there, and the outer section that meets the plexiglass over here because it was so close and I needed to have the plexiglass in place before I finished the ballast. So now all my ballast work is done. I have cleaned the track. Initial clean the track, let's rephrase that. I got all the glue and stuff off of it, but I haven't done the rest of the cleaning job yet. So at least the trains run smoothly. See if I can zoom in down here. You can see The pot's just setting in a little area there, so fits great. Let's come down below here. You can see my hookup of my control panel. I've got just a regular Bachmann DC power track that is running the fire train. And then I've got the Digitrax Evolution system, which is running the Polar Express one. So, let's come down here. We'll get a quick look at the trains as the fire train comes through here. Now this is a, what do they call this? An HO30 or ON30 scale, I believe. It's a little bit larger than the HO scale. So, and this is the true HO scale one. Oh, I think it turned out really good. Alright guys, well, again, thank you for watching this week's video. Hit the like and subscribe button if you liked this video, if you found it informative. Hit the little bell icon to be notified of future videos. And we will look forward to seeing you all next week on the next video. So, have a great week everyone. Take care.